going on YouTube? It's your boy Trinity Wolf, and well, I apologize ahead of time for this deck profile. If you guys look down in my videos, besides the Neos build, it has technically been 2 months since I gave you guys a pretty much just regular standard hero build. So it's finally time for it. So if you guys are new to the channel, please destroy that subscribe button. We are on the march for our 1K subscribers, and we're almost there. The goal is before Christmas. Hit the thumbs up button, and well, let's just get into this deck profile, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Vision Hero package. Of course, we're gonna play our 3 copies of Vision Hero Ferris. Since we're playing basically the standard build, you want to be able to see this card pretty much as possible. And now that the fact that we have Fusion Destiny at 3, I can't wait to just get into this deck profile with you guys. So 3 Vision Hero Ferris. We are still doing double Vion with 1 increase. I know some people are wanting to play 2 increase, but for me, it's just, if I see it, I see it. I'll just bite the bullet. Like, I really do not want to see this card in my hand. So the less chances of me seeing it would be me playing it at 1. So I'm gonna play it at 1 because I don't want to see it. And if I do see it, oh well. Now, of course, we're gonna play 3 copies of Elemental Hero Stratos. I mean, we got Hero Lives at 3. This card is the best, and it can be our starter, and it could either be our starter or our turn ender. So it's like 3 copies of this, and plus, I remember the debate depending on who was the better normal summon with Vion or Stratos. And I'm going to say, even though Vion can get you more with his normal summon, I would say Stratos, because if your opponent knows the deck and they see you normal summon Vion, they should know you're in trouble. If you normal summon Stratos, they don't know if they should, like, if I negate this, will it end his turn or will it not matter? So I would say Stratos because they never know. If they see Vion, they know you're in trouble. So definitely 3 Stratos. Of course, 2 Shallow Mist with 1 Liquid Soldier. I don't think this variant is ever going to change. I think this ratio is pretty much just going to always be standard for the hero build. So 2 Shadow Mist, 1 Liquid. I'm just very excited to show you this build to you guys just because we finally have Fusion Destiny at 3. And this is my favorite version of this deck to run at 3. And if you guys don't like my spice, then that's perfectly fine. You can just take whatever you want out of it. But as we go, of course we got the 1 Elemental Hero Honest Neos for our last bit of it. And now on to our Destiny Heroes, which is, like I was saying, the engine part I like the most. So, double copies of Malicious and 1 Denier. Pretty much, this is self-explanatory, you guys, but for those of you who don't know, Denier is basically our 3rd Malicious. He puts a Destiny Hero on top of the deck, either from Grave. Well, pretty much you can put up a Destiny Hero on top of the deck from anywhere. So you mostly take their banished Destiny Hero and you put it on top of the deck so you can use Malicious again. So Denier's our 3rd Malicious. And of course we are running the 1 Dark Angel and the 1 Decider. Dark Angel lock is insane. Now with the upcoming set, Darkwing Blast or whatever it's called, we have the quick play spell Spellbound. So it'll be another way to protect our Dark Angel on our opponent's side of the field to where they can't get rid of it, along with, so you don't have the main deck rivalry basically, which we will be doing in this build. And if you are wondering about the Decider, he's also helps because we're playing Destiny Hero Dominance in the build. He can retrieve a hero during the end phase if he's summoned, and he can negate effect damage. And just remember, you guys, any effect damage that would happen, this card must negate it. You don't get to choose what effect damage you do. It has to activate when effect damage will take place. So just remember that. And of course, for our big Destiny Heroes, we are running our 1 Dreadmaster and 1 Destiny Hero Plasma. Now, I tried telling you guys a long time ago, if you guys look down all the way in my videos again, I told everybody about Dreadmaster a long time ago, and now it's finally starting to show. So glad everybody's finally starting to pick up on Dreadmaster. He is amazing to summon during your opponent's turn. And if you guys don't know about that combo, check my channel and you'll see it'll be like in the newest video links, or I can leave a link down below. Pretty much how to run Destiny Hero Dreadmaster in your build. So, and of course everybody knows the Plasma is the skill drain. And basically two Ash Blossoms just to run it off. So I don't like running too many hand traps because we are trying to go first, so I don't want to break my hand with hand traps. So this is pretty much a going first build, you guys. So if you don't see a lot of board breakers, it's because we're mainly trying to go first. So on to our spells now. 3 copies of Hero Lives. I know I gotta get my 3rd ulti soon. I'm trying to get a whole Spanish deck for this, but 3 copies of Hero Lives just because why wouldn't you run this at 3? And pretty much our other searchers, Foolish, Burial, and Reinforcements. Foolish to get that Shadow Mist Engrave, or Malicious, or any other Destiny hero that you're missing, and then you guys already know Rivalry searches for pretty much any level 4 we need. And now on to the greatest part. 3 copies of Fusion Destiny. Now that we finally have this card at 3, guys, our pretty much dominance plays are pretty much more consistent. Being able to see this card, we can control our opponent's board. Yes, if we go second and this card resolves, our opponent basically loses anyway, but going first with this card, we can control the game with Fusion Destiny. So definitely 3 copies of Fusion Destiny now that we finally got it. I honestly can't believe our deck is finally at full power. Triple copies of Match Change. A lot of decks in the format can't handle Dark Law. So, I mean, you just have to watch out for Super Polymerization, you guys. So, it is very important to be able to give your opponent Dark Angel and find ways to protect it so that way our opponent doesn't fuse it off for their Starving Venom or anything else, because I guarantee you they're not running a hero in their extra deck to get rid of a hero board. And of course 2 copies of Polymerization and 1 Miracle Fusion. The reason the 2 Polymerization is because sometimes with this particular build I like to sometimes certain things will happen to where you can make dominance with just the Polymerization, and then you still, plus sometimes with the grind game you have access to the other one, and I feel like you just have to run 2 Polymerizations. It's just, I don't see myself playing heroes again with just only 1 in my build anymore. So definitely 2 copies of Polymerization and 1 Miracle Fusion. Pretty much our disruptions, 2 Forbidden Droplet. If I had the 3rd, I'd play it. So pretty much my only thing is like a Call by the Grave. But if you guys have a 3rd Droplet, definitely play it. You definitely want to see this card, especially if you're going second. This card breaks boards. And then Call by the Grave, since we're a combo deck, of course. And our other powerful one-ups, Feather Duster, just because of Mystic Mine, in case you see it. And the other spice card you guys might not know about, Pot of Acquisitiveness. I think that's how you say it. Acquisitiveness? If you guys don't know what this does, you target 3 banished monsters. So this can also include your opponent's side. You target 3 monsters, you shuffle all 3 into the deck, and you draw a card. So you could target 3 of your opponent's banished cards, shuffle them into their deck, and you get the draw card. This is for more extenders during like the grind game, if it needs be. Most of the time I'm targeting my banished Malicious after I've already used Denier, getting my Shadow Mist back in the deck, or even like with Dimensional with D-Shifter running around. If you have, I think this card will help just to try to get some of your resources back that you had to waste during being D-Shifted. And since there's a lot of decks running around with D-Shifter in the format, I think this card can at least help you get some of your resources back. It's a nice little tech card. Plus you can, extend with Malicious again if you put it back in the deck. So try out this card, you guys, in case. Just why not? you never know if you might like it or not, because I feel like with Dimension Shifter, like there's been so many times where I'm like, I could just combo and then get my stuff back, but one pot of acquisitiveness, and onto our traps. We're just running 2 copies of impermanence, or breakers if we go second, negates if we go first, and then we are actually main decking 2 Rivalry of the Warlords, so we can protect our Destiny Hero Dark Angel, because we don't want it to get super polyed, we don't want to see a Link Karibo, we want to be able to keep it on the board. If you guys can, mostly if I could, I would take this out and maybe another spell card, like maybe Foolish or Rivalry, and try to play Pot of Prosperity, just so, because I didn't want to run Pot of Prosperity just because sometimes our extra deck is already so tight and you want to be able to see all the cards necessary. But if you can find a way to run Pot of Prosperity in your build so you can try to see Rivalry of the Warlords more often, I definitely would. But with Darkwing Blast coming up, we could play like with the 1 Rivalry with like 3 Spellbound, but I'll come up with a build, you guys. So that was it for the main deck. Now onto our extra deck, which is kind of fun. Of course, we're just running 2 Cross Crusader. No reason to explain this card. 1 for going first, and then during the next turn, you got the other one for the extender. 1 Dread Decimator and 1 Wonder Driver. Mostly just because, you know, push for game and then get your resources back. Now onto our fusions. This may surprise some of you, but we are actually running 2 copies of Elements of Hero Sunrise. Now you're probably like, why are you running 2 Sunrise? Why not put like Dangerous or Malicious Edge? I mean, the Bane, sorry. Well, sometimes if I have the 2 Polymerizations, right, I might not want to reset it. So if I already have a Miracle Fusion and I know I'm not going to make Liquid Soldier that turn, but I have a lot of good cards in my hand, I could discard the Miracle Fusion and then reset that as well. Or just also like, when you've already have all your resources, like you're like, okay, I've got my mass changes, I still have Poly, I've used Miracle Fusion, and I kind of want to reset my Miracle Fusion. But most of the time, we're only making Sunrise and Absolute Zero. So I'm just like, okay, well, I can make another Sunrise and reboost my heroes again. Even though I won't get a search for Miracle Fusion, I just want to be able to like at least have ways where I can use Miracle Fusion at least more than just once. Because most of the time, I'm only using Miracle Fusion just for Absolute Zero. So I feel like if I have at least another monster to summon, because I don't like Escuardo. I don't. I feel like he's a waste of a summon. I know, like, you're locked in Dark Heroes with Fusion Destiny, but I feel like he's a waste of a summon. I'm sorry. He's never really ever helped me push for games. So I was like, okay, I'm going to run another copy of Sunrise. And 1 Absolute Zero, of course. And then for our big boy himself, Dark Law helps pretty much just win games. And then Acid and Blast. Even though Acid doesn't come up very much, it's just one of those cards where it's just like, man, I wish I would have had it when it came up. So kind of always have to run Acid. And because we're running multiple copies of Stratos, definitely want to play Blast so you can dodge targeting type effects. And then you can bounce spells and traps back to the opponent's hand as well. And for our Destiny Heroes, Destiny Hero Dominance, 1 Phoenix Enforcer, and Dystopia. Now, you might not have to do Dystopias as much, but he does help burn for game if it happens in those situations. Excuse me, sorry. You could either run Dystopia or Dangerous, but I feel like 3 is perfectly... Like, playing 3 is perfect because we're running 3 Fusion Destiny, so 3 targets I think is perfectly fine. And then last but not least, of course, Trinity. I gotta put myself in the deck as well. And yeah, that's it for the deck profile, you guys. So... if you're new to the channel, please destroy that subscribe button. Like I'll say it again, we're on the march for 1K subscribers. If you like this deck profile, please let me know down in the comment section below, or just smashing that thumbs up button. That'll help me really know that you enjoy my content. And if you guys want to see dominance combos more, or just me explain it again, you can just look down in my how to play Fusion Destiny combo. But if you want me to do it again, where I'm just doing a full hero combo tutorial, I can do that. But anyway, guys, this is Trinity Wolf signing out, and I will see you guys in the next one.